Hey there, it's Kristen, and for today's Menopause Motivation Monday, we are going to continue to focus on nutrition. And last week we talked about sugar, and this week I want to talk about not just food, but the willingness, right? We can all go on a diet and eventually go off of it. We can all, restrict food for, or certain foods rather for maybe a short period of time. But unfortunately, these tactics tend to backfire, right? For most of us, we go on a diet to go off a diet. And at this stage in our life, I feel like it's such a great opportunity to develop a lifestyle of health. And how do we do that, right? How do we develop that lifestyle of eating foods that feed us, right? So I think about when I'm putting together, a meal plan for a client or helping them rather put together a meal plan, or for myself, I'm like, what is going to really add to my life, make me feel good, give me the energy I seek versus take it away. We can really, when we slow down and think it through, and that's why a food diary can be so helpful, we can kind of see those patterns of foods that serve us and foods that no longer serve us. And I'm not here to say, eat this, don't eat this, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, because in this diet culture world, we can all go in one direction and that's the one that works. And maybe it does work for you, but it may not work for me. And so we really need to take an individualized approach. And that's really how I work in my coaching programs, is taking each person that I work with, each woman, and working with them within their situation. Because we all have, we each go through our life in our own way. None of us are all, no one person is like another person, or at least most of us, right? So we have to really break it down and look at what is serving me and what is not. What foods make me feel energized and alive, and what foods take away from my life. And I think that's a great place to start, is to do that inventory, right? When we want to change something, right? When we're ready to change, right? Because that's a big piece too. What are you willing to change? And really that has to start from a place of, this is not working for me any longer. And so many women in this space come to me, they're like, what used to work is no longer working, right? I used to be able to sleep. I used to not be so impacted by stress. I used to not feel so down or anxious or irritable or react in that way. Or, I used to not have this joint pain. I used to feel motivated to go work out, whatever it is that you're going through, and today, again, back to the nutrition, because I think it's important today to just focus on what's one thing that maybe isn't working in my daily food intake that I'm willing to shift. Is it that I'm eating more sugar and carbohydrates first? And am I willing to maybe try to eat protein ahead of that? Am I not getting enough fiber? Or there's my puppy in the background. Sorry about that, but I'm going to continue because it's real life. Am I not getting enough vegetables or healthy fruits, right? Am I not getting enough of those foods? So do I need to add those in to crowd out these processed foods? How am I not eating enough real food? Meaning one food ingredient. Real food has one ingredient, and we can add those together to make a delicious meal. And that's what I help clients with. Like, how do we do that? What do we do? How do we put that together? And so, again, I start with, what is it that is serving me? Keep that. And what is it that isn't working for me any longer? And if something isn't working, am I willing to change that? And so today I want you to just focus on what's one thing you can do this week right? Nutrition wise, because that's what we're focused on today. What is one thing at this stage in my life that isn't working? And what am I willing to do to crowd out that one thing? What can I put in its place? And so I'm going to leave you with that today, because I think I don't want to overcomplicate this. And notice I'm not saying, well, make sure you eat broccoli and don't eat, candy, because I think that's a given. But I think it has to come down to what's our one individual thing. Because remember, we're all different. And so I want you to start there. That's one thing we can do. What's one thing you can do, right? Let me think. What's one thing I'm going to do? Okay, just to be, I love these chips. I love these Cassava Siete brand chips. So I think for me, I'm going to portion it out. I like to have those with my meal, in the middle of the day, right? That's my crunch. So maybe I crowd it out with having more crunchy vegetables in my salad bowl, maybe some pumpkin seeds I'll add in, maybe some more carrots, some celery, some cucumber, something that adds that crunch in there. So I get that. Right? And then I'm not going to not have that, but I'll portion it out so that I only have whatever the serving is versus, sometimes I bring the bag out and it tends to get a little, foggy, blurry as to how much. So there you go. That's one thing I'm going to do. And I said it out loud. And so if you have one thing, I would love to hear from you. Certainly this will be on Instagram. So maybe just add in the comments, what's the one thing you're willing to do for yourself in menopause that's going to serve you at this stage in your life. And I love the idea that we embrace where we are and just focus on one thing. And so I would love to hear from you. So if you find this helpful, please subscribe and, click the link if you are interested in learning more about my coaching services for women in menopause. I offer a 12-week coaching program, Menopause, and I'd love to talk to you more about it and to see if it's a good fit for you. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have a great Monday and a great rest of your week. And let's go after it. Have a great day.